Good evening, dear listeners, and welcome to Story House, the home of tales that send chills down your spine and make you question the world as you know it. I am your host, Arnab, here to guide you through the shadows of the unknown. Tonight, we journey into the mysterious and spine chilling realms of the paranormal, exploring stories and phenomena that change our understanding of reality. Joining me is someone who has dedicated her life to unraveling the secrets of the supernatural, a paranormal researcher and astrologer, Nabanita. Her work bridges the mystical world of astrology and the eerie field of paranormal studies. Welcome to the show, Nabanita.
Thank you, Arnab, for inviting me. I am very much thrilled to be here to share my experiences with you and your curious and courageous audiences.
Tonight, we are delving into questions that have haunted humanity for centuries. Are ghosts real? What are jinn and how they interact with humans? Why are certain places cursed with some presence? And most importantly, how do we protect ourselves from these unseen forces? So dim the light, grab a blanket, and prepare yourself for an unforgettable night of stories and discoveries. Let's begin. Let's start with the basics, Nabanita ji. What actually are ghosts or spirits? Are they the same thing? And why do some cultures have stories about them?
Yes, great question, Arnab. Ghost or Pret, as they are often referred to in Indian traditions, are believed to be the souls of people who have passed away but have not moved on to the afterlife. Spirits, on the other hand, can refer to a broader category, including entities like natural spirits, ancestral spirits, and even deities. Now, the idea of ghosts is nearly universal. Across cultures, from the west to the east, you will find tales of restless souls. This might be because death is a universal mystery and the concept of ghost help us process grief and the fear of the unknown. Paranormal researchers theorize that ghosts are often tied to strong emotions or traumatic events, which act like an anchor, keeping them bound to our world.
Fascinating. But are there any specific theories that support or debunk that beliefs?
Yes. Science often attributes ghostly experiences to psychological and environmental factors. For example, high electromagnetic fields or carbon monoxide leaks can cause hallucinations or feelings of unease. However, many cases defy explanation, especially those with physical evidence like objects moving on their own or multiple witnesses seeing the same appreciation.
What about those who have never seen a ghost but believe in them anyway? Is belief enough to summon these earlier
Hmm,
entities?
that's a thought provoking question. In a way, belief acts as a psychological lens. People who believe in ghosts may be more attuned to subtle phenomena. In extreme
Hmm.
cases, belief itself can manifest experiences, what
Hmm.
we call a tulpa or a thought form entity.
Hmm. Let's move on to another mysterious entity, the jinn. These beings are deeply rooted in Islamic mythology, but how they are different from ghost?
Hmm. The jinn or jinnat are
Hmm.
not spirits of dead.
Hmm.
They are entirely separate creations, described in Islamic theology as beings made of smokeless fire. Unlike ghosts, they have never been human and live in their own parallel dimension. What makes them intriguing in that they have free will like humans, which means they can be good, neutral, or malefic. This sets them apart from ghosts, who are typically tied to specific emotion or physical events.
Hmm. Understood. Do all cultures have an equivalent to jinn, or is this unique to Islamic tradition?
Many cultures have similar entities. In Hinduism, or instance, there are spirits like yakshas or rakshasas. Western folklore has fairies, which can also be relevant or dangerous. The jinn, however, stand out because of their strong presence in religious texts and the detailed ways they are described.
And why do jinn seem so frightening compared to other supernatural beings?
It's their unpredictability. While most ghosts are seen as remnants of the past, jinn are living, sentient beings with powers. Stories of possession or jinn interfering in human lives are chilling because they highlight how vulnerable we might be to their influence.
And why do ghosts haunt certain places?
Like these locations,
Hmm.
paranormal activities.
Yes, yes. Just like we often hear about haunted places like mansions, hospital,
Okay.
forest. Why are these locations hot spot for paranormal activity?
Because paranormal researchers are often link haunting to intense emotional energy. For example, a battlefield may be haunted because of the sheer amount of pain and suffering experienced there. This residual energy is believed to create an imprint like a recording on tape. Some places also become haunted because of tragic or violent events like murders or suicides. These events can leave behind what we call a residual haunting, where the energy replays itself almost like a broken record.
And are these spirits aware of their surroundings, or are they just echoes of the past?
It depends. Residual hauntings are like echoes. They lack consciousness. Intelligent hauntings, however, involve entities that can interact with the living. These spirits are often tied to unfinished business or unresolved emotions.
Hmm. Let's move on to our next segment,
Hmm.
where I am asking you that can the living communicate with the spirits? We have all heard about seances and mediums. How effective are these methods?
Hmm. The ability to communicate depends on the type of entity.
Hmm.
Some spirits are more willing or able to interact. Mediums and tools like Ouija boards or spirit boxes act as channels. I think everyone knows about Ouija,
Yes.
but they come with risk because inviting communication without proper protection can attract unwanted entities.
Definitely. And what are some signs that a spirit is trying to communicate?
Common signs including flickering lights,
Hmm.
cold spots,
People also
strange,
should note this down. Yeah.
strange noises, or even dreams. Some people also report a feeling, presence, or hearing whispers. These experiences can range from subtle to overt, depending on the spirit's energy.
Yes. And would you recommend people attempting this at home?
Not at all. Not with guidance. If someone genuinely believes a spirit is reaching out, it's best to consult a professional medium or a spiritual healer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we are heading towards our last segment, that is real life paranormal encounters.
Hmm.
Before we wrap up, Can you share a chilling story from your research that stayed with you till date?
Yeah, certainly. One case involved a family that moved into an old house.
Hmm.
They heard footsteps at night,
Hmm.
saw shadows in the hallway, and
Oh.
even felt someone tugging at their clothes. Turned out that the house was built over an old cemetery. After a series of cleansing rituals and prayers, the
Hmm.
activity ceased, but the family never forgot the experience.
That's haunting. How do families emotionally recover from such experiences?
Obviously, faith, community support,
Hmm.
and sometimes therapy.
Hmm.
Paranormal experiences can be traumatic, and it's essential to address the emotional toll they take.
Certain. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's journey into the unknown. Thank you, Nabanita ji, for your expertise and for sharing stories that have both terrified and enlightened us.
Thank you,
Hopefully, this is
Arnab.
very good. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure to explore these mysteries with you and your listeners.
To our brave listeners, thank you for tuning into our Golbhor. Remember, the world is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered, but some doors are best left closed. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep the lights on. Good night.